Hello everybody, Josh12 back again with another video. Today I'm doing another Dragon Ball Super episode review. If you can tell, obviously things are a little different for two major reasons as to why this is the way it is. Number one, I did a previous review for this episode for Dragon Ball Super. If you check on my Twitter, I mentioned it there. Basically, I listened back to the audio and the audio was just complete trash. It was just a fail. It was just completely unusable. It was not good audio to use, and I'll play a little sample here.
A lot of it. I'm really loving this arc and the way it's twisting and turning and the way it could end up happening. I mean, like, who knows? Who really knows what could happen?
Yeah, it pretty much stinks. But beyond that, I tried to re-record it on the same microphone that I have over there. Unfortunately, the microphone that I normally have been using for the past several years now for my videos is also complete trash. The audio is completely unusable for everything I record on that mic. So essentially, videos are going to have to be this way, or in some shape, way, or form, have to be visually, which really stinks for me because as much as I love being on YouTube and making videos, doing visual media is a hassle, and I'm a fucking lazy fuck, and it's just difficult as hell to just do a video as is. But if I want to talk about the things I want to, it's kind of the only option I have right now, so I hope you can bear with me. But regardless of any of that, let's get right into it. Dragon Ball Super Episode 100, if you've not seen it, please check it out because this review may or may not contain spoilers. With that being said, let's get into Episode 100. Episode 100 is a pretty big milestone for Toei Animation and Dragon Ball Super, the franchise. It's something that they've been wanting to get ever since the show started. It's something that they've been hassling everyone to like give a shit about. And even though for us fans, whether it be general or hardcore, we have had various opinions on Dragon Ball Super. I feel like the show is kind of designed specifically for two things: discussions on the internet and memes. Dragon Ball Super loves memes and pissing off YouTube fans. It is what it is. But regardless of any of that, it is a pretty big milestone. Now we can go back and look at the catalog that Dragon Ball Super has developed. All the 100 episodes we got to look back on. They gave us a lot of good episodes and a lot of piece of shit episodes. So there's definitely a good balance on content when it comes to this series. I also missed out on a lot of episode reviews that I didn't get to touch on, so if I can briefly talk about that, I'm going to do so right now. But if you don't want to hear my thoughts on previous episodes, skip ahead to, when I talk about episode 100. Now, on to episode 97. Basically, I feel exactly the same way I did with episode 96, so if you want my thoughts on episode 97, check out my episode review for 96. It's basically the same thing. It's a very interchangeable episode. They're the same. Who gives a fuck? Episode 98, however, is a completely different story. I fucking love episode 98. It was such a great episode. It was definitely a very Vegeta-heavy episode, which I have no qualms with because Vegeta, even though I've been pretty critical over his character and his fans, everything he's done in this arc, I've just been uninterested in. I mean, sure, the Veggie Bull fans have been having a fucking ball with his stuff, but I don't really care for lovey-dovey Vegeta. I like boss Vegeta. And we got that kinda in this episode. It was also really cool to see Goku and Vegeta team up because that's another thing Super loves to do, which is divide the audience with you're either a Goku fan or a Vegeta fan. I personally don't like that they've been doing this kind of stuff. I don't feel like it's necessary to be like, oh, I'm a Goku fan or I'm a Vegeta fan. And if you're either one, you have to hate the other for some reason. It's just stupid in my eyes. And also on the show. They do it on the show, which is also stupid because narratively it makes no sense. Because after the Kid Buu stuff, they should be like brothers, but they're not. They're not fucking brothers. They act very passive-aggressive and antagonistic towards each other throughout this entire show, and it just really bugs me at this point. However, they teamed up, they kicked some ass. I mean, like the Kamehameha Final Flash combo, I mean, that's Super Saiyan Blue Vegito levels of epicness, so kudos on that. And also the erasing of a fucking universe. That was fucked. I mean, Jesus Christ, that was crazy. I mean, sure, it's something that we all knew was going to happen with this show in this arc, but damn. No, it's like, boom, you're done. You know, all the angels are laughing at you. fucking, Grand Priest is like, yeah, and then Xenosamas I'm telling you, as cute as they are, they're secretly little psychopaths. I mean, I'm just saying, for every YouTuber out there who has like some form of conspiracy theory over the Grand Priest and the Xenosamas secretly being evil, you might have some credence. I might have not given a shit about you before, but you might have some credence over that, because it makes sense. There's something afoot. But yeah, moving off of that, so let's get into episode 99. Episode 99 is the complete polar opposite of 98. 98 I loved, 99 I fucking despise. I know a lot of people liked it because of the Krillin 18 moments, but Jesus, Krillin fucking dropped the fucking ball. Look, I love Krillin. He's cool. He gets a lot of shit because, he's a geek and he has a girl that's way over his league or something. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons to not really like Krillin. He's kind of like the loser of, like, these super powered beings. It's godlike beings. It's just, he's kind of the odd man out. But we all love Krillin because he's the human element of the series. Unfortunately, he fucked up. He really didn't have any kind of real game plan going off on his own. He should have stuck with the team, and everything he's done, we've all seen before. I mean, there's nothing really impressive that Krillin did in the entire fucking episode. I mean, sure, he did a lot of fucking Destructo Disc, but we've seen him do that before. There was nothing original with his I mean, like, there's so many goddamn times this show can reference, hey, the final flat, put the glasses on, we gotta put on the sunglasses because, hey, the final flash, but the character was oh god, just shut the fuck up with that noise. Christ, like, Krillin just pissed me off, he went out like a bitch, and for a character that was in it to win it in this arc, I guess the best way I can put it is that Krillin, as much as a great character as he can be, he flew too close to the sun. And for characters that fly too close to the sun, they get burned. And that's what happened to Krillin. He got burned. Fuck him. Now we can finally get into episode 100. Episode 100 is a pretty badass episode. It's the big KO Berserker mode episode. Let's start off with everything I liked, and because there's not really anything I didn't like, so let's get into that. Number 1, Hit. It was really cool to see Hit do some stuff. Hit is obviously one of my favorite characters from this series, and he's been kind of silent throughout the arc. In this episode, he's not silent. He's doing a lot of cool shit. He saved Khalifa and KO. You can definitely tell he's taken the reins of being the team leader for Universe 6, which is good. And overall, it's just really nice to see him do stuff. And we get a hint as to a possible battle between him and Jiren in a future episode, which I'm very excited to see. Moving off of that, we also got some Kabe stuff. As you know, I'm not a big fan of Kabe. He's kind of just an irrelevant character to me. The Vegetable fans love him. The Vegeta fans love him. I don't. I could give a fuck. But for a character I don't give a fuck about, he was really fucking cool. He did some really cool stuff. He fucking came in like a boss. He transformed. He beat out 2 dudes out of the ring. And he challenged Vegeta. And that's pretty big stuff. However, does Kabe have a chance at actually giving Vegeta a run for his money? We'll have to wait and see, but I do like the tease as to what that can evolve to in future episodes. But that being said, let's get into the big gun. That really was awesome about this episode. Goku and Khalifa. Goku and Khalifa was heavily marketed for this episode other than KO's Berserker moments, and I have to say, as much as I give a lot of shit towards Vegeta fans over their love for like the Vegeta-Kabe pairing, because I never understood it. I just felt like, what? Like, who cares? After watching this episode, I can definitely say I understand the fans. I do. These Universe 6 characters, when they interact with Universe 7 characters, and maybe this is the Goku fan in me talking shit, but I kind of get it now. It's kind of really entertaining and really cool, and they're really perfect counterparts for each other. I mean, like, I know going into this episode, some people will differ from me, and a lot of people will kind of agree with this topic, but I have to say that after watching this episode and seeing what's come before, I want to say that Khalifa really is the female Universe 6 equivalent of Goku. A lot of people have talked about that before, saying, oh no, she's more like Vegeta because she's prideful and arrogant. After seeing this episode, I would say she has less common with Vegeta and more common with fucking Goku. They're basically the same person. They're very similar in a lot of different areas and aspects. They love to fight. Granted, that's a Saiyan aspect, but not in the sense of like a Vegeta or like a more evil-esque Saiyan. Goku and Khalifa want to fight to become stronger, and they fight because they love fighting. They are fighting for the fun of it. Khalifa's not fighting Goku to beat him up. Goku's not fighting Khalifa to beat her up. They're fighting because they're very intrigued by one another and they want to see where this goes. They're fighting because they're having fun fighting each other versus who's better and who can beat the other, like Goku does with Vegeta, or how Vegeta does with everybody else. It was really cool to see that dynamic, and in other aspects they're very similar. And the way they speak, hell, the voice actress for Khalifa sounds, to an extent, mind you, very similar to Masuko Nozawa. At least that's my opinion. When Goku's in his transformed state, Khalifa and Goku look just like each other. I mean, she's just the female version of him. They're just so very similar. And I don't want to, talk about this too much because I feel like a lot of people find this like, you just say that because you want to see Goku and Khalifa get together. I could give two shits about that stuff. I'm not a shipper. I'm not really a part of that community so much, so I don't really care about those kind of things. But I do say that, hey, if the Vegeta fans get to have a Vegeta Kabe, I want a Goku Khalifa. So go fuck yourself on that. Let's just put it out there. Kabe is the Universe 6 equivalent of Tarble, which is basically, for those you don't know, is a non-canon character anymore, but is a character designed to be a younger brother protege to Vegeta. Kale is a ripoff of Broly, but she also has aspects of like Kid Gohan, where she has so much potential but doesn't really know how to use it. And then you have Khalifa, who I feel like she's basically a much more aggressive female Goku. Pretty much everything that has to do with Goku and Khalifa in this episode, I fell in love with. I loved how she was kind of like giving him shit at first and then was very impressed by him and wanted him to train her. I loved how much Goku was very intrigued by her ability to become stronger at an instant, and their fighting styles and how they matched well against each other. They're just a perfect blend of each other. They're very much great characters that are on the same spectrum, who counterbalance each other amazingly, who don't have to be antagonistic towards each other. As the Goku Khalifa stuff continues throughout the episode, that transitions into the Kale stuff. Kale, this is her big Broly moment, and Toei Animation and Dragon Ball Super did not pull away from the Broly references. The second Kale unleashes her Broly moment, or her Super Saiyan Berserker mode, whatever you want to call it, it's essentially the Broly movies done again, but on the show. So, depending on your personal love or hatred for the character of Broly and those movies, well, hey, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. And Kale just dominates in this episode. She unleashes so much strength. She's on par, spoilers, with Super Saiyan Blue, which I know is crazy, but hey, it was pretty badass the way they executed it. It was just really fucking incredible to see her do some really awesome Broly moments that you can do like a side-by-side of her basically doing everything Broly does in the movies. Not to mention, she has a lot of, like, Hulk moments from the Avengers. Like, she just starts at one moment, like, ragdolling fucking Goku like if it's nothing.
Puny God.
I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to come up with that comparison. Kale, her moments, fucking awesome. I loved it. So kudos on that. I will say that originally when I first saw the episode, I kind of had problems with her transition to becoming that transformation. I felt like it was a little force-fed. It was like, come on, does that even make sense? I don't know. But I will say, after watching it multiple times and seeing it with people, Kale transforming the way she did makes a lot of sense because she loves Khalifa in so many different ways that maybe the audience and maybe the creators don't even realize. And she just really wants a lot of validation from Khalifa. She's very dependent on Khalifa. And Kale is a young woman. She's also very insecure. She has a lot of emotions and insecurities. And The sole purpose of her being here is because of Khalifa. So for Khalifa to kind of like shrug her off and like not pay attention to her and not really need her in a moment where she's having a lot of fun with people who are not her, specifically Goku, it made a lot of sense for her to like transform. I can really buy into KO transforming for those reasons. And Khalifa is very much a lot like Goku in the sense of they love and care for people, but they don't really understand the full extent of how those people care about their love. So it was kind of interesting to see Khalifa, she cares about Kale, but a lot like Goku, once again going to those comparisons, she doesn't fully understand that Kale is in love with her. So she, a lot like Goku, kind of is very nonchalant about everything. So it made a lot of sense. Plus Goku kind of being like, hey, can you like fuck off and not bother us? Come on, Goku, you had to say it that way, it's kind of fucked. As the episode continues to progress and as KO continues to be a very force to be reckoned with, no one can really control her power. Khalifa even has a hard enough time controlling her power, and as Hit references in the episode, if she continues on this rampage, she could end up hurting someone and possibly killing someone, which would disqualify her and affect Universe 6 in a negative way, of course. If there's anything out of the stuff that she did, I will say that it was kind of sad not to see her actually have a legit fight with someone. She did ragdoll the shit out of Goku, which was an obvious reference to the Broly movies. Yeah, it would have been nice to see her actually be on a one-on-one fight with someone else that could be on par with her. Like maybe Vegeta. It would have been nice to see Vegeta fight Kale. But I guess like the movies, Vegeta, when it comes to Broly, is better on... better over here. It's better to talk over here and let Goku get his face pummeled to a pulp while Vegeta's over here saying, Kakarot! She is the true or some shit, whatever the fuck he was saying. Jiren the Grey, which comes to my first fucking thing, the number one thing I fucking loved in this episode. Look, damn it. I know a lot of people have had a lot of various opinions on Jiren. A lot of people feel like it's overrated to care. A lot of people don't like his design. A lot of people feel the same way they do about Hit sometimes. But I'm here to say something. I'm trying to get a little calm here. I'm trying to get zen for a moment and talk seriously. Fuck. If you are not hyped for Jiren the Grey, the fighter, the number one contender from Universe 11, Pride Trooper, motherfucker, then you are fucking stupid and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now let me take it back a little bit because that was a little too negative towards people. That was a little too negative, so let me scratch that. Basically, Jiren, he was cool, man. What are you talking about? How you not like Jiren? Jiren's fucking awesome. Who doesn't like Jiren? Who's having a fucking problem with Jiren? Jiren's fucking cool, man. I don't know. If you don't like Jiren, I can't help you in this life. No one can help you with this life. Jiren's fucking, he's in it to win it. He came in, he blasted Kale into the sky and just fucking destroyed her, annihilated her back into base form, completely taking her out of her fucking entire fucking berserker mode. People are like, still like, Jiren, he's whatever. That was what? What? I want to see Hit fight Jiren. Have it show, like, have the new guy on campus beat the old guy on campus, and then you have Goku, like, seeing if he can do anything, and let's see if this fucking so-called limit breaker Goku shit happens. You remember that poster I talked about in the beginning of the month? Is that going to happen during this fight, or is it something else? Let's fucking find out. Dragon Ball Super reached 100 episodes. Really cool milestone. The episode 100 is really good, it was really badass, and I enjoyed the fuck out of it. This episode was really fucking good, and I had no problems with. There's not really anything wrong that I had a problem with or pissed me off. I know a lot of people like it when I do a rant on Dragon Ball Super, where I just completely bash the episode or the show, but like I said with previous reviews, if an episode's good, and I like it, and I'm entertained by it, I'm going to say that. I'm not going to just try and force myself to be angry just to have a rant. And this episode does not deserve a rant. It's really fucking good. It's entertaining. It's fun. It has all the Broly moments you could want. It has all the fucking moments you could want with Goku finding a woman, I guess. Strangely enough, there's a lot of woman beating in this episode. Which was kind of creepy. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. Whatever. They got their just dues thanks to the wonderful Khalifa, or as I like to call her now, female Goku. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my episode review. I don't know how episode reviews are going to move on for the future of Dragon Ball Super on my channel, but more than likely you'll get something on terms of like something like this until I get a new microphone. But the episode 100 final verdict is a solid 10 out of 10. This was a amazing episode that you deserve to check out, and if you don't like it, well, I don't know what the fuck to say. This has been my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super episode 100. I hope you enjoyed my video. I've been sick, and I need to get back into taking some medication. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already, and this has been Josh12, and I hope you enjoyed.